Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Today, we are going to make another duct tape craft. This one is a wrist cuff. These are really fun. You can use these to jazz up any outfit, and they're really, really easy to make. In fact, this is a great craft if you're going to start working with duct tape to start with, because it's pretty simple and it gives you the basics. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to measure my wrist, and let me tell you what supplies you're going to need. A little string is always great. You're going to need your duct tape, of course. I like to use magnets for my closures and some scissors. First thing I'm going to do is take my string and I'm going to measure my wrist. This is going to make it easier for me when I need to rip my duct tape. So I'm going to give myself a little bit extra because I don't want my cuff to be too tight. And I'm just going to snip at that length. Now I'm going to use this to measure my duct tape length. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of duct tape that is as long as this string. It's easy just to kind of roll it out there like that to the point that you need it. I like to rip my duct tape. Other people like to cut it. It's up to you. Now I'm going to get rid of my string. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to flip this piece over. Now, some people like to make a cuff that is just one solid color. If that's the case, then what you would do is rip another piece of exactly the same length, lay it flat right on top, and then trim. But I like to give myself a little bit of a spice, as you can tell with my wrist cuff here. So what I'm going to do is take a few little pieces of duct tape in alternating colors here. I've got some pink and white polka dots and some blue and white polka dots. And as you can see, all I'm doing is laying them over top of that little piece of duct tape that I had before, that sticky side up. And I just lay those all the way to the very end. Now don't get worried if it overlaps, because what we're going to do now is come back, lift up our duct tape, and we're going to trim. What I want to do is get rid of any stickiness. So I'm going to trim in just a tiny little itty bitty bit right inside of that solid piece of duct tape. I'm going to come around the corner here, and I'm going to cut the other side. You know, it's amazing. Every time I go to the store anymore, there's another pattern of duct tape. It's unbelievable. I am most impressed by what they come out with. All right, there we go. So I've trimmed all four sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the cuff stick to my wrist. And what's really fun about this is you can make this a double-sided, meaning it can be reversible. So I measure here just to make sure that I've got the size that I want. And what I'm going to do is take my magnet and place it on the edge. I'm going to use a little bit of the tape, the same color here, and I'm just going to lay this right over top of my magnet and seal it in there really, really good. Now here's the fun trick on doing the magnet part. Magnets are polar opposites, so you have to make sure that you get the opposites are attracting, because otherwise they'll push each other apart. So to make sure that you've got the right side, just let it go and it clips right on. Now remember, you're not going to want to put your magnet on this side, because that's going to give you kind of a loop-de-doop. You want to do it on the outside, just like this. So I'm turning it over and I realize that I'm going to need pink. So I'm going to take a little pink tape and get it ready. And this is where we get to use the magnet trick. I'm going to slide that magnet off. I want to make sure that when I put this around, that my magnet is correct, that I have the right side. So to do that, what I'm going to do is on this side, drop my magnet. Whoop. There we go. Now I know that that's the direction that my magnet needs to face. So I'm going to just slide the magnet over on, slide the magnet over onto the right side there. Add that piece of tape. Secure it really good. Now I'm going to trim this so that it's nice and clean. And now, when I close it like that, I've got my cuff. I'll put my cuff on my other side. Now I look just like Wonder Woman. Da, da, da. For more duct tape ideas that'll wake up your wardrobe, come check us out at Sophie-World.com. Wonder Woman.